What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha and welcome to another podcast show of the Tasha the Tasha C Show. I'm just gonna leave it in it. I'm confused. I'm intertwining my YouTube and my podcast name, but it's the Tasha C Show. But my YouTube name is Tasha C TV. You know, I don't mind you part of Hugs and Loves if you're part of both, either or both, which I highly recommend, both my YouTube and my podcast, my YouTube page, which I repeat again for the third time, Tasha C TV, and Hugs Lover and Positive Vibes Meditations for everyone who support me so far and who've been listening and or just really watching the video, which is pretty much just listening in video form, and Hugs and Loves for the people who have supported me so far and stuff. You know, eventually in the near future, I will be making videos where you'll see this lovely face and probably bun it, because since we are still quarantining, you know, my hair, I'm not really good at even doing a ponytail with my hair, y'all. I'm just keeping it real. So, yeah, you're not going to really see my hair out that much, for a while, you know. So, excuse me, y'all, because had a napping again. Even though I had a successful night of sleep last night again, I'm back to where it is 4:15 a.m. in the morning on April the 28th, 2020. It is Terrific Tuesday, the last Tuesday of this month. And so I decided, let me go ahead and do my podcast now, and that way I will be done with that. So again, this is another volume of our Kings and Queens Next Door. Now I literally just barely 2 minutes ago, I just scanned Instagram when I was listening to Twitch double toasted on their one of their videos, and yeah, also I have a YouTube channel. That's how I found them from there. They're hilarious to me personally. I mentioned them a couple times before, but I just seen about this one Instagram that I found on my timeline that was talking about 5, black, black art, because it's called blackartist.com, or let me go and make sure, blackartinamerica.com. It's also Black Art America, I think is the name of their Instagram page, so go follow them. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do this. I was originally going to do another, article from Blast.org. I just switched around the stuff to make sure I got enough content to stretch this show as long as I can. Okay, so not in minutes and duration. I meant as far as continue on, hopefully for more ongoing weeks, hopefully several months, and as long as I want to, and it's meant for me to keep doing this podcast. In particular, I will. So just like I'm doing the YouTube video journey, and this has been a part of it as well. Hopefully, just like I want to, end that in the year, who knows? I may continue this for only a year or longer than that, who knows? So we'll see if I'm still doing this particular podcast in February 2021. Okay, but let's see. But I thought this was kind of a treat because some of us have seen these books. Okay, this article, actually you can enjoy more if you actually go to the website to see the visuals, So, here we got 5 incredibly talented children's book illustrators you love by Troy G. Johnson, founder and webmaster AABLC.com. Now, have y'all heard the book? Now, I remember seeing the book. Especially the cover. I honestly, go keep real, I did not know about, remember the book. I could have sworn I seen this book as a kid. Era Jack Keats, The Snowy Day. Do y'all remember that book? I hope I'm saying it right, because I Murder, I Freddy Krueger, I Jason, I Michael Myers, murder the words, okay? So, just to warn y'all. So let me continue. For children's pictures books, art sells a book. When an art is in the store browsing for books to be read to a child, the artist will intentionally get the shopper attention. Now, this I truly agree. Once they pick up the book and flip through the pages, the art is as important as the text getting the customer to buy the book. Children too young to read are moved by the art. Great artwork communicates in ways words cannot. I recall quite vividly the first time seeing the book A Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. As a little boy, I recall being excited when seeing Keats' book for the first time. A little boy about my age in an urban setting who looked like me. Art is powerful. Yes, it is. The importance of seeing yourself reflected in the art cannot be understated. Now, before I continue on with this article, I just wanted to point out some of these books I also seen, which was so lovely. And I'm glad, like I said, if you follow LeVon Burton on Twitter, he does live, like reads books. I think Young Adult Wednesday, and there's adult books and there's kids books on different days. But he was the original host of Reading Rainbow, which I'm glad they're doing an extension. I ain't gonna lie, I have not watched them yet. I got notifications that I follow them on Twitter now since I found them. But it made me intrigued with some of the books and the diversity of the books. And one of the books, besides, I could have sworn either they read the books and they showed the pictures. They'll show the pictures, and then they'll read the book. If y'all remember reading Rainbow or don't remember it, and sometimes they'll show like 3 suggestions at the end if they're not read. But I remember one of the books they read was about the young boy who was actually a prince, and he was testing, asking like the young ladies in the African village or village about testing them to see who would be worthy of marriage, and was asking for food and whatever. I can semi remember it, but I remember the beautiful art that was in that story when it was being read. Like I said, that was one of my favorite shows as a kid, and really, even though I'm glad LeBron is doing so now, I'm like, that's a show that needs to come back too, you know. But let's continue. Today we are witnessing perhaps the greatest period for books featuring black children. The picture books available today are fantastic, reflecting a diverse and deep level of talent, illustrations, paintings, drawings, mixed media, and bringing more books to life. Here are 5 talented artists producing wonderful books for children. Enjoy. Before I do that, y'all, I'm going to cook this on favorites because, Kid R. Nelson. Nelson's photorealistic images are simply awe-inspiring. He has the ability to create characters that express profound emotions, joy, strength, fortitude, resilience, which grab you on a versatile level and inspires you. Betty Henderson is a brilliant artist and the youngest of this group. However, her creativity and talent put in her paw with the best of the bunch. Her use of light in the absence of it in the book Suave is a testament of her skill as an artist. Yeah, like I said, they also show books, examples. So like I said, the only way to really enjoy this article, like I said, is to go to Black Art in America. Oh, it's spelled all together.com. It's, it's not like, rewording or the words are, worded or spelled in a different way. It's that way. Jacobus Steptoe. Steptoe used a variety of media to use images for children books. His darling and creative use of found objects makes his images quite unique in the world of pictures. Okay, and they have a picture of Radiant Child, a story, young artist, G. Michael Bosqua. Oh, why am I messing it up? God rest his soul. He was a little legend in the art community. Written and illustrated by Java Steptoe. Okay, Floyd Cooper. Nostalgic and beautiful, Cooper's images gracefully depicts the characters he creates. Cooper has illustrated dozens of pictures over his long career and is showing no signs of letting up. Again, there are so many brilliant picture book artists I could have described, but you can discover many more. Okay, Sisters, Champions, True Story of Venus Serena. I'm just reading the little inside note quote. And I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's just a book that was based on Venus and Serena's childhood. Okay. Daniel Mentor. Mentor is a painter and illustrator whose work has been exhibited both nationally and internationally. He is an illustrator of dozens of books for children. Going Down from Home with Daddy, by Careless Starling Lines, illustrated by Daniel Mentor, 2019, Peachtree Publishers. Okay. Oh, that's browsing. Oh, I thought it was going to be longer than that. But that's a good article. Okay. But it's a nice article. y'all, it was a little bit shorter than what I thought. So, wait a minute. I thought I had. Give me a minute. Okay. No, I already had took her off there. Okay. Might as well give y'all one more. I mean, that was a very informative, insightful, even though it was a small one. But let's go ahead and just do one more. Okay. GEORGINA FALÚ, who was born 1939. Now, this article was uploaded April 26th of 2020, country by Will Guzman. And this is again from blackpast.org. GEORGINA FALÚ Passe, business owner, nonprofit director, university administration professor, and Pan-Africanist, was born on April 23rd, 1939 in Sunray, Puerto Rico, to Margarita Madeline Pasana Santana, business owner, homemaker, and Julian Jawan Fatu Satula, civil rights activist. Her father created Glee to promote the advancement of blacks in Puerto Rico, 1939, and grandfather Pedro Fabu was the first Afro-Puerto Rican to become Central's Cipro. Oh my gosh, so is simply president. GEORGINA is one of 11 siblings. FALÚ attended Carmelo Goso Elementary through 1994-1993 and Central High School 1953-1957, where a classmate was famed Puerto Rican's Forrest Metodista Creepa, Rafael's Creepa Atlas School for Bottle and Plena. She earned a University of Puerto Rico, Rico Predators, UPERP, magna cum laude in Accounting, BA, 1961, at UC Berkeley, MBA, 1964, and at Harvard University Management Certificate in 1970, and at Columbia University, MA, and ED in Higher Education Finance 1980 through 1983. She taught accounting at UPR-RP, 1961 to 1984, tender at 1965, Burns College, 1975 to 1976, and SUNY Old Westbury, 1980 to 1995, tenure in 1982. In 1972, Fadu became the first black woman, and youngest appointed UPR-RP College in Business Dean. Fadu was also a Touro College Dean 1986 to 1987, and the first woman to serve as Vice President of Administration and Union Theological Seminary in New York City 1976 to 1979. Fadu sold her and Puerto Rico home in 1988 to Financial Universal Business and Media School in Spanish Harlem, becoming the first Puerto Rican woman to own a accredited business school. 1988 to 2001. She founded the Furrow Foundation to serve the low-income communities and engage in Afro-diaspora history, 1988 to the present. But he also taught the first Afro-Latinos Latinos history and culture class in the City College of New York Black Studies program, 2006-2013. Her FALÚ Foundation Press 2000 through 2010 translated to Spanish such as Possible Titles as Stolen Legacy by George M. James, African Origins of the Major Western Religions, the Black Man of the Nile and His Family, and Africa by Yusuf Ben Jacqueline, and her own Afro-Latinos of the Americans. In 2005, FALÚ established Project Afro-Latinos of the Americas to mobilize Spanish-speaking Afro-descendants to learn their African heritage. FALÚ co-founded the Mbogale Black Foundation in 2014 and helped organize the first PR, I think that might be initials for Puerto Rican, African Descendants Congresses in 2005 through 2018, where dozens of scholars and activists, including Murder Satanas Freebrae, Reverend oh my gosh, bear with me, Quince Duncan, and Mothers Franco artists across multiple disciplines present their research at PR-RP on the Black experience. Conference proceedings were published at the La España Afrodescendente and Negro Nicola Memorials Congreso de Afrodescendientes en Puerto Rico. As y'all see, just to let y'all know, I went to English or had to require a couple in like 4 semesters in Spanish. You see where it got me. Epic fail. FALÚ was African American Diaspora Tax Team Secretary 2010-2012. USA Diaspora Representative to the World Economic Forum on Africa 2012, and an African youth dedicated to the United Nations Agenda 2063. She has met the South African President Nelson Mandela in 1994, Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe 2002, and traced her linkage to Senegal's founding clan in 2009. In 1974, the Puerto Rican Chamber of Congress named FALÚ Woman of the Year in Education, and the New York State Senate honored her as a 2014 Woman of Distinction. In 1969, Floating Meteor War, Hollingsworth, through 1933 to 2014. A 1964 Amateur Athletic Association discus champion who competed in the Tokyo Olympics and was employed at the UPRSRP and the University of the West Indies. They have one son, Ray Hollingsworth FALÚ. Currently, Dr. Gina FALÚ is writing her biography and anticipates launching African Diaspora Studies University. This is quite... Oh, you could also donate on here as well, but they do have a lot of information. This is my first time even knowing about all these gems of wonderful legends and living legends on such pages as that. So that was the original I was going to do anyway, but I didn't know that article, even though I loved the little article, was short as it was when I scanned through it. So anyways, y'all, hugs and loves. It's time to get out of here. Take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care again. And hugs again, virtual. And I'll see y'all tomorrow with another podcast edition volume of Our Kings and Queens Next Door. Take care.